developments in the Caucasus, and for Azerbaijan, war and a conflict is over, and Nagorno-Karabakh, there is no any longer such an issue for Azerbaijan. And Azerbaijan exercised its right of self-defense under the UN Charter and liberated its territories from the 30 years long military occupation. That's over for us. And Azerbaijan's agenda is about peace and regional cooperation. And with such an understanding, right after the war 2020, Azerbaijan formulated 5 fundamental principles of the peace agenda between two countries, I mean Armenia and Azerbaijan. And Azerbaijan also compiled the text of the peace treaty and presented to Armenian side. And it once again demonstration of the stronger willingness and determination of Azerbaijan to advance peace agenda. Diplomatic negotiations continues between the parties, and the recent Munich security on the sidelines of the Munich Security Conference leaders meeting was very fruitful and was in a positive atmosphere. We would like to advance based on such parameters. But in the meantime, peace treaty shouldn't be just for the sake of the peace treaty. There should be real ownership, and there should be real and genuine intentions for the peace. And from that regard, Azerbaijan also puts an emphasis for the bilateral component of the peace treaty. And our message is that peace lies between Baku and Yerevan. Peace is not in Paris or in Brussels or somewhere else. These two countries and should come together, making a peace and to advance that an agenda. There is a stronger willingness and political will from Azerbaijan side to transform region of the South Caucasus and to make the Caucasus as a region of the peace and security and cooperation. And my president also suggested the model of the integrated region of the South Caucasus, where these 3 countries could come together. And our agenda is also about regional ownership, in a sense where 3 countries of the South Caucasus should take the regional ownership, not just expect from the other side to impose on certain elements of the cooperation, and should also take a regional responsibility for the sake of the regional cooperation. That's an intention of Azerbaijan. And unfortunately, geographically, one can say that there is one region of the South Caucasus, but politically, unfortunately, that's not a case. For the last 30 years, since the independence of Azerbaijan, we have managed to build very fruitful model of the regional cooperation between Georgia and Azerbaijan. And Armenia could benefit from that, but there is a question that Armenia should answer. But one element about a peace agenda and a bilateral peace treaty, and recently Azerbaijan and Armenia delegations also met in Berlin, there is a still open question. In our communication, we also asking Armenian side, we are expecting proper explanation for the legal and also constitutional framework of the Republic of Armenia that still holds the element of the miatsum and also territorial claims. Miatsum in Armenian language, it means that unification of Karabakh with Armenia, but also part of the Armenia's constitutional framework. And Almaty Declaration has been highlighted here, but the Republic of Armenia still has 10 preservations with regard to the Almaty Declaration. These are the open legal issues that we do expect that from the Armenian side, there should be genuine peace treaty. But in the meantime, that's an agenda of Azerbaijan to advance a peace treaty, but in the meantime, we should be careful some new developments, but unfortunate and also quite controversial development in the South Caucasus. That export of the geopolitical intrigues that exist outside of the region of the South Caucasus to export it to the region of the South Caucasus. Yet another development is building the new lines of division in the South Caucasus. That's often not helpful, and that should be taken into account in a very serious manner. But in the meantime, Armenia-Azerbaijan border and should be real border, and it should be line of confrontation. From that perspective, we also have a certain open questions to the European mission in Armenia. And also militarization programs and arms race programs shouldn't be encouraged any further. But Azerbaijan will continue to build connectivity linkages in the region of South Caucasus. These connectivity linkages have started not because of the war in Ukraine, far many years before. And together with Georgia and Turkey, we have built railroad components, and we have built energy component of the South Caucasus, Turkey, and Caspian and Black Sea together. And now Middle Corridor gains a particular importance and prominence that will work together along with dimensions. And COP29, and we do hope that will be hosted this year in Azerbaijan, will add new transformative change to the region of the South Caucasus. And among that parameters, we also have a good potential for cooperation. And Azerbaijan, in the same line, will continue to also exert additional efforts for building Black Sea and Caspian energy pipeline and green energy corridor as well. Thank you.